That's not what I want to do. Whoa, where am I? There I am. Hello, hello. I'm on Facebook. Okay, I'm there. Got all the technical glitches out today. Yay, welcome. Welcome to A Glimpse of the Moon. Today we are going to be talking about, the cats are playing with my toys. That's not shocking at all. The feet. So a golf ball or other such toy is required. And these were all lined up in a nice little row. And of course, with cats in the house, nothing stays lined up. All right, so here's a tennis ball. Okay, you can use that. It is a little on the too big side and it doesn't really get into your feet. So this is a golf ball. So that's easy to use. I also have a hard rubber one and I have one that's softer. So if you have something that's the size of a golf ball, but not necessarily a golf ball, I'm going to suggest that you play with that. And you may find like the smaller balls also work really well, depending on what's going on with your feet and what's going on and what fits. Okay, so this is a play with your toys kind of a deal. So I'm going to move these out of the way for now. I'm going to stand up again. So I'm going to start with the golf ball, or my hard rubber ball in my case, and have it on a nice smooth surface. So we are really going to be working the feet. Okay, so this ball is behind your arch. Okay, behind the front arch, I should say, behind these knuckles right here. All right, so you see them. So the bottom of the foot, you're just behind the ball of the foot. You're kind of up in what we call the metatarsal arch. And you're going to slowly go down with your toes, and then you're going to go up and spread. It's like a lot of other trigger point therapies. This is a pin and stretch. Okay, so from the front, it's looking down and up, down and up. Okay, so you're going to do that a few times. So we're working on the intrinsic foot muscles. So you notice I just rolled a little bit to the outside edge. Okay, you don't want to go too far out because it's a little tender out there. But then we're also going to roll, stay this way, underneath that big toe. So you're right behind it. The ball's protruding out a little bit. So now the big toe has its own tendon, the flexor hallucis longus tendon. We want to get in there and get that guy to open up. Okay, so we want mobility through the toes. That helps with functionality of everything else. Okay, so, we're rolling the feet, we're rolling the feet. So once you get done with that, then you're gonna go from the heel up, from those knuckles towards your heel bone. Again, put a little bit of weight into it, knuckle to heel bone. So this may be where you find that's a little too big. I'm going to try something else. And it's like, oh, that gets in between the rays of my toes better. So just like the fingers, we want to try to get in between the rays. We want to get up and down in here from the bottom. So there are 5 toes. So you're going to go in between toe number 1 and 2 and work that ray a little bit. So some of us, we tend to be a little bit tender right at the top of that arch. So just go to the point right before that tenderness happens. We'll get the rest of it in a minute. So full roll, then you're gonna go to the next ray and the next ray. And again, as you get out to the side, it tends to get a little bit more tender. You don't have as much space. So again, even going to a smaller ball than what I picked might be helpful. Okay. And then right in front of your heel bone. Okay, now this is where people kind of get a little bit wonky with the movement. So I want you to think about keeping the knee still, let your ankle roll in, roll out. Again, you're getting that little bit of a release. And again, the muscles of the leg come down and they come under. So if you're doing this, yeah, you're getting them, but we want to, again, pin and stretch. We want them to move in their joint actions. Okay, so if you've had a lot of ankle injuries, your movement may be really small. You may only go one way and not the other. Keep at it. So I've got an online client that I've been doing this with I guess we've been going for a year now. He's finally able to move his ankle and not his knee. Okay, so we're just in front of that heel bone, and then you're going to do the same thing. Right back at the tip of the heel, and that is where your piriformis, not your piriformis, your plantar fascia attaches. Okay. Again, if you have plantar fasciitis, this is really good to do. It's doing multiple things. It's starting to strengthen your feet as well as release it, stretch it out. All right, then you're going to go to the other foot and do the same thing. Okay. So for time's sake, I'm not going to do the other foot. So what else you're going to do? Smaller ball if you have it. So we worked the raise on the bottom. Now we need to work the raise from the top. Okay. So in between the big toe, little toe. Just give it a little roll. And this is where it's really nice to have different density balls, because sometimes that squishier one is really good. You can get in there differently. And again, you're just going up to, for me, this is my issue right here. I have a big knuckle right there. You can go as high up as you are comfortable. Nothing should be uncomfortable. Just keep that in mind. But again, getting the fascia on the top of our feet, which we don't think about a lot, to release, to let go, and that really gets your feet to mobilize. You have more nerve endings in your feet, your hands, and your face than anywhere else in the body. So let's stimulate them. That gives you so much feedback about where you are in space. Okay, so we're working the top now. Again, in between the raise, staying off the joint. Okay. So again, if I'm on my side, on the side, I'm only going up to here, here. And this is where the toe raise end, right before here. We got another set of bones right across here that I'm no longer raise. Okay. Again, a little different on the bottom side than on the top. All right, so you're working that. And then, okay, notice how your feet feel. So I rolled the one foot, not the other one. Big difference in how they feel. And then we want to get into some specific strengthening. Again, this is getting those muscles to isolate. So just one more thing here today. So you're going to put your feet up on the wall. You're going to be lying on the ground. Whoops. Make sure the cats don't get the toys. All right, knees and hips both at 90 degrees. Oh, my feet are hard. Okay, from here, balls of the feet stay down. Lift your heels and lower. So this is just getting the soleus, that deeper calf muscle, calf muscle, one down here, to move. Again, a lot of times that gastroc takes over, but this is getting the really isolation through the soleus. It's not a strong exercise, but it's a quality exercise. We're focusing on mobility. So right at the moment, my right foot feels a little bit more restricted to the big toe than my left, because I haven't done my right foot yet, right? Okay. And then you can do it in the reverse. So heels down, hold the balls of the foot toward you, but keep the toes relaxed. That's a key, because a lot of times our toes do the work. You see the toes engaged. Tops of the feet should be relaxed. So you're using your shin now to do the work. Again, get some isolation, get some specificity here so that your feet will feel happy. They'll serve you better. And you'll get more out of it. You'll get more feedback about where you are on the ground. All right, so collect yourself a plethora of balls to play with, a lot of toys, because you're going to need different sizes for different things. All right, so that is it for Glimpse of the Moon. Now you need to go to the other foot, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Oops, boom.